line. Go, go, go. Welcome, good evening, hello, and welcome here to Oulton Park for round 7 with split 1. We're on board currently watching Rafa Sosa get a qualifying lap in. First one out of the pits, first one setting a hot lap. Got clean air in front of him. Nothing but himself to be worried about. Battling the clock. So we got a 10-minute qualifying session before our 60-minute race here tonight, and we have 3 pit stops. We've never done that many pit stops in a race before here at Zero, so this should be quite exciting. Lots of strategy, lots of different things happening, and lots of action on track and in the pit lane that we'll be catching up with. As we're watching Rafa Sosa get around this track, see what type of lap he gets in on his first one before he really heats up those tires. Usually does 1, 2, your third lap, their tires are up to temp and ready to really push and give you all that performance. So as he comes down to the second to last corner, down the hill, back up, we'll see what he crosses the line with here at Oulton Park. So he does his first lap of a 1:34.17. Pretty decent lap there. We'll see if he can improve on that. Oh, we got the Porsches coming through with a 1:33.75. So right now, Samuel Sungay is in the lead on pole position. We got some other speedy guys, but we'll see if Samuel can improve that lap time. It's a spicy one. We'll see what these other guys can accomplish. Looking at the moment, we have 23 drivers for the race tonight. Should be quite exciting. Well, we've actually done a race here with 35 plus drivers, and it was quite an interesting show for sure. It's a very narrow track. Some not a lot of good areas to pass. Some are okay, but not a lot of room. So I know the Porsches are quite strong here. As you can see, we got 1, 2, and we actually have one really strong Porsche driver who is not able to join us tonight. And we'll see what happens there. We have D Stacked who is missing, could not attend. So he loves this track. He's done a lot with the Porsche in it. So expecting he would have had a great result here. But as you can see, obviously Porsches are quite fast. But see if Samuel can top his time, and he does. He shaves about 0.2 off of his lap time. So go on to Mr. RLR himself for a breezy esports here in the Ferrari. It's about a second, 1.2 seconds behind the lead lap time. Another good car around here, as we see JJ Burr get into second position there in the Bentley. Bentley can take curbs all day, every day, so it's very good around here when you can definitely punish the tires and the suspension on some of these curbs. As we come into this one, you can see RLR just driving right over that as he comes up the hill. I'm not sure if this is the fastest part of the track or not, but down into the braking zone. We'll see if he can improve his time and get up there within a second of the pole position. We also have Valero in P6 here in the Honda. And Peter Hutchings is back with us, number 44 car in the Lexus. That's a decent car around here as well. Very competitive field. We got interesting drivers all up and down the field. Let's see what Mr. RLR can do for a lap time here as he comes around. Getting ready to cross the line. And he jumps up to second position. Oh, but JJ Burr actually puts in a better lap. That one. We'll stay on board with him as he does one more run around here. Well, I'm sure actually a couple more runs. Lap time being a 1:33, we have 3 minutes to go. They probably could get 3 more laps in here. if fuel and tires permit it. You see number 44, Peter Hutchins, right behind here. We'll actually switch on to board with him. He's in 4th position at the moment. Took a little bit too much curb there, I feel like. And a very wide line through there. So I'm wondering if he's on a warm out or a out lap here. Just getting the tires up to temp. Simon Beardry in 9th position at the moment in the Lamborghini. So Lamborghini may be a decent car around here too. So with 2 minutes and 10 to go here, things are not secure. Samuel seems really good up there in the pole position with a 133.492, but anything can happen here. As Nunez comes in with a 133.423. So a couple of thousandths off of Samuel for pole position. But what does Peter Hutchins come across with? Does not improve his lap time. Look at Simon Beardry here. See how he goes. The Lamborghini. Coming to the downhill section. Fast left-hander. 3rd gear. Looking pretty good so far. Check out that livery on the Northern Franks racing team. Very Canadian. So got a moose on the side. Love to see it. Custom livery here for this season. So Simon dropping down a little bit, but he's still up there. It's very great performance, professional performance by him here tonight. The camera angle makes it a little weird to tell if he's going slow or not. We'll see if Simon can improve his time a little bit and stay up into the top 10. We got his teammate M. Reed there in 13th position, the 29 car. So Lambos aren't too slow here. Faster than the backpack here. Got 10 seconds to go. Guys will be starting to come in and got a yellow on track. A couple guys just getting off and returning to pits. What does Simon do? Can he improve his lap time? Nope, he cannot. Gets beat out. Zach Patterson beating him out by a little bit to secure that 10th position. So Samuel is our pole sitter here today. And we got Peter Hutchins here, who is still on a hot lap, and JJ Brewer. So going to be very interesting coming down to the last little bit as we have a car returning to pits behind. JJ's decided he was not up on his lap time, so decided to retire. And so is Peter Hutchins. So there it is for our qualifying session. Samuel Sungay in P1. Then Nunez in P2. Peter Hutchins returning after a couple of weeks off here. And P3 with Rafa Sosa in 4th. JJ Burr in 5th. Mr. RLR in 6th position. Kenneth Portis, the second, getting up there into 7th now. We got Ed for 949 Sim Racing up there in 8th position. We got Valero in 9th position and Zach Patterson for 10th. With Simon Beardry having a really good session, but just missing out a little bit there in 11th. So anyways, we're going to get underway here. The guys will be checking their multiple pit stop strategies here. If they didn't have them set prior to the race, it's going to be a little tricky for them to get that together. As it's hard to do being racing on this tight track and changing your MFD settings at the same time is not something you want to be doing a lot during the race. So hopefully they have practiced a lot. It does encourage a lot of practicing having this many pit stops because you do have to set up the car correctly and have the right settings. But we will get underway here very shortly. We're going to stay on with the helicam for the first little bit of the race. 1 hour race, 3 pit stop windows, and I believe the pit window is 40. So we won't be having any pit stops for a little bit at the start of the race. So as we're just going through things, I thought I told the auto to stop. We'll let it cycle one more time. Here's a picture of the starting grid there. Samuel on P1, that Porsche, and the next Porsche, the Nunez of Los Pablos Racing, I believe is the name. I'm not sure. I guess fun fact to note is Samuel is on controller as well. So pretty good. We got Thorburn and Kexo all the way back here in 17th position, but I'm seeing a bit of a problem here as he has a different livery on board than his teammates, I believe. Oh no, so he's running for Madhouse Racing in Split 1. Sorry, he is with RLR for Split 2 on Saturdays. But looking like a nice purple Madhouse livery with the Bentley there. Got Ted File back in the mix. Good to see him. John Collis back here in 20th position. I think he's going to be sneaky one with his different pit strategies than everyone. Dustin Hosick in 15th in the Sausage Curb Racing Dragon Ball Z livery Honda. So we got a lot of exciting, good pace, close racing that's going to happen here. As we're going to get on track here in 10 seconds or so for the formation lap. Last week we had a short formation lap because of Spa. This week we'll have a long one. Unfortunately, last week our out of our control, the Kunos servers and Steam were not working together very well, and we ended up not being able to run the race, unfortunately, and the servers were not able. A lot of people weren't able to connect late until the night next morning almost. So that was unfortunate, but we moved that session and that race to a week. During our break week, we were supposed to have a break, but now we're going to move it on and turn it into Spa round 8. It was supposed to be round 7, and this was round 8, but we had to switch them around. That way we didn't extend our season, but we're still able to get those races in. I can see on the screen now the Season 5 race schedule. Round 8 at Spa, Round 9 at Laguna Seca, and Round 10 at Kalami, which is going to be our Crown Jewel race, which is double points and should be a longer race of 80 minutes. So very exciting. Make sure you tune in for that race. Mark your calendars. But here today we're at Oulton Park, 60-minute race. 3 pit stops, 40-minute window. The race is starting at 1:05 p.m. in the afternoon. We got 32 degrees, track temp, optimal conditions, a little bit of cloud with sun and 0 wind at the moment. So that should make for optimum and great temperatures. A lot of guys practice at that type of temperature with hot lapping. So expect them to have a great feel for the cars and be able to push them to the limit if they set their temps right and whatnot. But of course, what's most exciting here tonight is the 3 pit stops and how that's going to play out. So just get things set up here. So again, we got Samuel on pole, Nunez in second. Peter Hutchins in third, and Rafa Sosa in fourth. And we'll see how that holds up here through the first couple corners. I'm going to stay on board with Peter Hutchins as we start so we can get a little glimpse of the row ahead of him and the row behind. As they are going double wide now. Back to how they were on the starting grid as we come around the last corner, down a little dip and back up. You can see the grid could start all the way back here. And we'll see if these guys behave and line each other up real good. So far, so good. Start of the race is now, and they are away. And Samuel is getting a good run. Rafa and Peter are side by side. Some good space there. JJ getting a little out of shape there. The Honda of Kenneth Porras making a move and getting up a position, I believe, or staying put where he is. Nunez is getting pressured here from Peter. We'll go back as the starting grid has kind of equaled out. It's going to take us a little bit to get reorganized. So Samuel's just cruising out there on board with... Oh, we have Rafa Sosa gotten into it with... I'm not sure who. Car 25 of Mr. RLR. So those two battling it out. Or something happening to them. On board with Zach Patterson, Hutchins' teammate here, down in... appears to be 9th, but I believe it's actually 6th position. Or 7th. I'm not entirely sure just yet. We'll discover as they cross the line. So Kenneth Porras was back there, and now he's back up into the lead. We'll go back to Otto on board with Kenneth Porras. Back onto Nunez as Peter Hutchins and Nunez are side by side, and Peter getting the best of him. Here, after lap 1, Samuel in the lead. Peter Hutchins up a position, Nunez down 1. And JJ Brewer capitalizing on 2 positions from a mistake. We will have to check that out later to see if he was the cause of that or if Rafa and Mr. RLR just got a little bit too close together. As Nunez looks to go off a little bit onto the front bumper of Kenneth Porras. He's quite far back from JJ Brewer. And he's getting pressured from Ed in the 75 McLaren behind. And then we have Zach Patterson behind those guys, just waiting. Zach's deep on the brakes, getting real close to the back of Ed. So see if Ed can defend from him going down the hill here after the chicane. Kenneth getting a little bit rough there. Some VTEC Honda power here to power him down the hill at top revs. We'll watch Ed on the brakes there. Single file at the moment still. Samuel has gained a 3-second lead on the pack. Well done from him. Kenneth has 2 hungry drivers behind him. He's got to be defending from that, but as well as not letting that compromise his pace with the leaders. Ed getting a little bit onto the grass there. The tires are going to be not liking that. Could affect his lap time a little bit. Ed getting a good exit there. But so did Porras. So I think no trouble for Porras. Ed has to be now worrying about Zach Patterson behind. So we have a couple cars lagging way back. We got the 99 car. I believe... I don't see him on the timing board at the moment, so I'm not sure. So we're still on board with Kenneth. It's the closest battle on track at the moment. I'm going to Sean Collis as he's made up some positions here. He was in 20th, and now he's in 14th. So good pace by him, obviously. Getting past some people. It definitely helped that Sosa and Mr. RLR lost 2 positions. So there's free 2 positions there. Sorry, that's a tongue twister. We got action all over. Ooh, and we have the 44 Porsche going side by side with the McLaren of the 89. So we got a couple gaps here. We got the two fast drivers of Rafa Sosa and Mr. RLR back there, dropping all the way down into 17th and 19th position. But they could pit now, as it's or they can't pit now because we don't have the window open yet. But there's 3 pit stops, so this race is not over for them. Pit window just opened now, so I'm wondering, yes, Rafa Sosa hits into the pit lane as soon as possible. Mr. RLR is going around one more lap, maybe to undercut him. And we got another driver coming in, Dustin Hosick down here, and the car 100 of STEM coming in as well. Let's see what the 99 car does. No, 99 car stays out. Let's go back on Samuel. He has a 5-second lead now. Zach Patterson behind him. Nunez. There's Zach Patterson going side by side into the braking zone. Ooh. They're side by side still. Having to back out of it. On board with him in the helmet cam. And Ed being able to just defend him. But can he keep him at bay here as Alexa seems a lot faster going into this section. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do an overtake here. They're side by side still. And they're still side by side. No one's gotten any gains there. Ed's still ahead. What's that going to do? Tries to opt out of it. Great battle from them. Which one are these guys going to pit here? What's Zach's plan? Looks like he's going to stay out and keep battling. That was some great racing by those guys. Staying clean. We got a couple guys into the pit lane now. We got Calvin Wolf. We got Thorborn Kexel for Madhouse into the pits as well. So we still have these pack of cars duking it out. So I got confused with the timing board there. I thought we were having some action here. So that's Calvin Wolf and Kexel leaving the pits. Calvin staying ahead. So it'll be interested who comes in next. Nunez fighting off JJ as Samuel just takes off into the distance. So Matthew Reed here getting up into 10th position right behind his teammate. Oh, and we have Mr. RLR is off again. And I'm not sure if that's a disconnect or a physical problem with his equipment. Returns to the pits, and we'll see if he gets underway or if he retires here. Back onto Ed, who is right in the middle of Kenneth and Zach Patterson. Not sure what he's going to be trying to do here. Bellato here down in 14th position. The Team Crypto. Ooh, and Top File having a big issue there. What's Bellato going to do? Ted just letting Bellato through. Bellato going a little bit out wide and almost getting into the grass, but he's holding it together well. Bellato has improved his racing so much since last season and the season before. So we are very impressed by him. Ted File having more trouble getting into the marbles and overshooting the corner, and he's off into the grass. Simon's up in the 9th now, where he had put in a good qualifying lap and was in 9th. Got beat out by Zach Patterson. Kenneth Portis is now fallen back a little bit. Or the guys behind have been pushing a little harder. We've got 45 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in our pit window. There's still a lot of guys that have to do 3 pit stops and quite a few that still have to do 2. So it keeps it quite interesting. We got Stem with damage, major damage on the hood, coming in for his second stop of the night. We got James Turnbull coming in. We got John Collis behind him and the Fifi coming in. Oh, we have a car off. Dustin Hosick been in it on the very tight corner, hairpin. Keeping wide way out and not returning the pits because he wants it to count for his pit stop. Calvin Wolf down here, 17th position. Has done his pit stop. Looks like he could be the lead car at the moment with everything that has happened so far with Kexel behind him. So those are your 2 lead cars who have done the necessary pit stops. As Kenneth is trying to get far enough ahead from those guys to get his pit stop done before they come back around. So will Kenneth decide to pit now or at 40 minutes? That is the question. They're coming up the hill back to this back section of the track where earlier we saw Hutchings and Ed going side by side, number 77 car. Side by side through that fast right-hander. As he's pressuring Kenneth. He's all over the back of him, trying to find a way past. Oh, and we see Valero hitting the pit lane right now. Car 87. Oh, actually, sorry. That car 87 is out. That was Dustin Hosick hitting it after that bit of a incident there going into the hairpin. Back onto these 2 who are battling out. Kenneth getting a little wide there going into the dirt. Our camera being a little bit too ahead of itself. So defending into this hairpin section where his teammate just kind of had a mistake. These 3 are great pace between them, all staying within each other. Pushing as hard as possible. We have, not Kexel, sorry. We have, who's that? Miles Mahal into the pit lane for his first stop of the night in the 107 car. As you can see on the mini map there. So which one of these guys are going to bite? Either they're going to keep battling each other or one of them is going to undercut. I have a suspicion it could be Zach Patterson here if he cannot find his way. We also have the 99 car of Bedson into the pit lane now as well. This is a great little train of cars here with Valero, who is a quite speedy guy himself, closing in closely as these guys are battling it out and trying to... Oh, and we have Ed trying to go onto the outside there, getting a little squirrely, staying together. Now, who's going to pit? None of them. Is Valero going to pit? No. Side by side goes Patterson, almost letting Ed through. Going to try to get him in the next section of the track. Nose to tail fighting here. Ed taking a bit of wider line and trying to get a better exit, more top speed down the straight. Does that benefit or not? I'm not sure. Just yet. Let's see. It does not. At this moment. And then this pack is slowly closing in on the lead pack. Or another pack just ahead here. Oh, that is the lead pack. Yeah, so the lead pack is fighting it out. Samuel is still way ahead of the guys behind. Nunez and JJ Burr have not traded position. They've been fighting the whole time. These guys have to remember they have to do 3 pit stops in the pit window. And battling each other is a lot of fun. But you still want to be able to finish the race and do well in total. Samuel just gets to chill out there and keep pushing the lead as far as he would like. I think it would be smart for him to hit his first pit at the 40-minute mark, at 20-minute mark, and then the minute remaining or so. do one more pit stop. On to Kexel, who still has not really caught up to Calvin Wolf, which is very interesting. He's having a good race so far. These two are technically our lead drivers who have done the mandatory pit stops, or their first one anyways. They still have to do 2 more. We got a lot of packs fighting here. This is exciting racing and turning out to be very interesting with this many pit stops. Maybe something we will be investigating into our future seasons here at 0L. So you guys are liking this action on track with the multiple pit stops, give us a bit of a comment down below mentioning that. I should also shout out and say if you guys are interested in subscribing here so you never miss another time we go live, that would be awesome. Hit that little bell icon to get alerted, as well as like the video if you are enjoying the content. Thanks for tuning in. And above all else, if you're interested in racing with us here and you'd like to be on stream, then make sure to hit up our Discord, links in the description below. And come join us for our next season. Registration will be opening here in the next 3 weeks. So try to nab your spot early, as usually we have a lot of our people fill in quite quickly and get on board with the next season here. But back to the racing, as Kenneth Portis is still holding off, but as you can see, it appears that Ed, the 75 car, McLaren, has gapped both of them and has gotten ahead. As we see Zach Patterson into the pit lane now, very fast. Did he hit the brakes on time? We have his teammate Peter Hutchins in the pits as well. So Peter for his first stop, JJ Burr after him. Nunez and Son are still out there. That sounds like a good idea. Yes, reverse grids have caused nothing but havoc for us, so we'll definitely do that, my friend Nacho. We will do that. Here's Kexel in 14th position. Back on board with Calvin Wolf, who is actually battling the car of Zach Patterson, who has just come out the pit lane right in front of him. It may seem like a bad thing that happened, but actually Calvin's probably very glad it is Zach Patterson who's ahead of him, because he is a speedy guy and won't hold him up much and maybe help him carry along some more speed. As we watch Calvin just hit those curves beautifully in this Aston Martin of the 31 car. No trouble hitting curbs in that thing. You can punish them as much as you want, and it doesn't disturb the car, much like the Bentley as we see behind coming down the hill of Kexel. What Calvin needs to avoid here is battling with Zach as much as possible, which would be causing him to lose time from the car behind. Oof, and we actually have Samuel, our lead driver, hitting the pit lane right now, about to hit his box. Looks like he might have missed the mark a little bit, maybe. I'm not sure. He gets jacked up and good to go. Nunez now inherits the lead. 11 laps in. 42 minutes remaining here. 36 or so minutes remaining on the pit stop window. And we still have most guys doing 2. And actually, I must have missed it, but Samuel has already completed 2 pit stops. He has 1 more to complete here. So he is on pace, if he can keep it on track and keep it going, to get a well, definitely a podium, that's for sure. Try to double check our fastest lap, but I am not seeing that available to me. Hold on. Yep, there we go. So it is right now with Samuel with a 133.663. That's a very fast race time, race lap and pace. Wow. Great job, my friend. That's awesome. Oh, we have the 45 car who made an error as he's trying to get... Well, Kexel was trying to get through as he got... The 45 got caught by Calvin and Zach Patterson. On to Kenneth Portis, who is battling it out at the moment. Oh, no, he's going into the pits now and letting his teammate Valero through. Back on board with Rafa Sosa. We haven't seen him in a long time as he's getting up to the back of JJ Burr after a lap 1 or lap 2 incident with Mr. RLR. Sosa dropped all the way down, but he's gained a few positions. Done 1 pit stop so far, needs to do 2 more. There's a lot of action on track. Trying to keep up with all of it is a challenge, but it's a lot of fun. So Kenneth Portis is going to start moving from his pit box any second now. Looks like Kenneth must have went for tires here. And then he's going to do fuel and fuel to the end. As his pit took a lot longer than some other guys. So Kenneth back out onto the track behind these two. Actually in a little bit of space, which is good, but Sean Collis is ahead of him, battling it out. On to Simon Burgi, who's in 6th position. Simon, my man, you still haven't performed any pit stops here, so you need to get on that. It's nice to gain up those positions, but you're going to have to do a stop, which will drop you back anyways. But maybe just trying to find a gap in the pack, because you never want to come out behind a slower driver. That is not fun. As you see, Calvin Wolf is getting closer to, I believe, yeah, the 111 car of Lotto, who still has not pitted. But we have another yellow on track, the 99 car. Betson off into the grass as he was letting past the Nunez, the leader. We got Matthew in the pit lane and Simon Burgi in the pit lane as well. So Northern Franks Racing into the pits, doing their stops. There's Bellato, so that releases Calvin Wolf to continue trying to hold off Kexel from behind. Calvin Wolf doing a best time of 1:34.8, but when he got stuck behind Bellato, he dropped down quite a bit, doing a 1:30. A little bit of a misshift there, possibly. You don't want to do this in this car, and the Aston Martin really bogs it down. Todd File here, having a decent race, to be honest, where he is. Not bad. Still needing to perform some pit stops, though. Back onto Calvin. And just we're jumping all over the place here. I have automatic broadcasting helping me out here, but on to Sean Collis, who's defending from P. Fender in the Bentley. So Benson just letting by some lead cars. This battle is about to get spicy, I believe, as Calvin is starting to feel the pressure, but he does need to perform a pit stop. Currently, he has the upper hand and when to do that, but as soon as he pits, Kexel is going to continue on and try to gain some time on him. So P. Fender getting very close to the back of Sean. Sean maybe will decide to pit here just to get him off his back, so he can focus and not be worried about defending from behind. A lot of exciting action on track, lots to keep on top of, as we have 73 car. I believe, no, we have Simon Burgi in for another stop here, just a few short laps later. We have P. Fender returning to the pits. Now we have Rafa Sosa coming up in the other Ferrari here behind Sean Collis. I know for a fact, most likely, Sean Collis is just going to let him by on the straight. As you can see, Rafa has gained tons of time. He's so much quicker through the corners. Sean a little bit slow, hitting the brakes there a little bit. Here's Stem down in 22nd position. Back to Calvin. Very close battle here. Kexel's breathing down his neck. Starting to get closer every lap. Got another yellow on track, the 99 car of Betson having some trouble again. That back corner, if he's done what I did, kind of didn't break enough and got into the dirt. As it looks like he gets right over to the right-hand side of the track, lets those other guys by. So one of these guys, as we were coming up to 30 minutes for the pit window and 35 minutes here in the race. And these guys are both continuing to stay out on track. Like Sean Collis is still holding off Rafa Sosa. I'm surprised. I thought he would let him by as Rafa's looking for the inside line there. But Sean just saying, nah, not right now, man. I'm not letting you through. Are one of these guys going to pit? No, they both decide to stay out. Rafa's definitely has to half him through this section of the track coming down the hill at some point, you would think. Sean's not going to make it easy for him, though. He's improved his racing a lot as well. Got a little sim rig, one of those ones that are foldable ones, as he doesn't have a lot of space. Rafa running on a full aluminum build there. But Sean has improved his racing and is able to keep some decent pace around a lot of these tracks now. It's nice to see, and Rafa's experiencing that very much. I'm sure he will comment later tonight and saying, "Great job, Sean. That was impressive for you to hold me off like that and to keep battling in some great pace." He's getting along well with the Ferrari. All right, Samuel into the pit lane for his last and final stop tonight. Doing a good job. There's Calvin Wolf passing the pit lane now. Still needs to perform a couple more stops, so Samuel, and it looking good, but is his tires going to last a whole 33 minutes? Sean having a little bit more trouble, and both deciding to come into the pit lane. So Sean being able to hold off and keep Rafa behind him. We'll see what the differences are here, if one's going to get tires or fuel, or how this is going to work out. I'll be very interested to see that as well. So, they had to. Oh, Rafa had a mistake and parked one box too early. Your stem coming around turn one again. It's a nice looking livery here. Wild West livery. Miles Mahal, we haven't talked to you about you or seen you very much. 17th position at the moment. Got Bellato behind him, running down in the Lexus. So Samuel, the Porsche of the 276 car, currently our race leader, has completed all pit stops. Oh, and again we have Benson off at the same corner, so having trouble with that corner this race. Sticking it out, continuing to put himself through that, learning the track, but as well trying to stay out of the way as much as possible. But Bellato having a way quicker pace here, the miles ahead. You could say he's miles faster. But Benson's in the pit lane, and I think we also have Ted File in the pit lane at the moment. Samuel crosses the start finish another time as he comes down the hill, and he has Zach Patterson ahead of him. Bellato looking to make a pass somewhere here soon, as Miles seems to be struggling. So Bellato joins us all the way from Spain. Early morning, I guess. Kenneth Porter's getting past Stem just letting them through. Or is it P Fender? I'm not sure. Is that P Fender? Yep. No, I was correct the first time. P Fender is in the Bentley, and that is Aston Martin. Kenneth Porter's one more pit stop to do. 13th position at the moment. There's Bellato and Miles going side by side down the section there. Bellato should have the pace over him down this section. He looks to go on the outside, side by side, for a little portion there. Bellato don't die. He was looking to die, but there wasn't space there. But great entry speed in that corner, much faster. Miles is able to hold him off, but for how much longer? As you can see, Bellotto just much faster in the entry of the corner. He was quite close to the last race. Oh, I guess a good thing. Unfortunately, Benson's been off the track a few times, but he has completed all his pit stops. So if he can just keep it together, he could get a bit of better result. I'm not sure who Patterson just passed there. A Honda behind. Move as our cameras catch it up.
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
All right, there's the halfway call. 25 minutes to go with the pit window. 29, 30 minutes left in the race. So halfway through, lots of action. We only have 2 drivers who completed all mandatory pit stops. And I've done it correctly. Now it's going to get real interesting with these last... Oh my god, voice crack. For these last couple stops and positions other than P1. Anything's possible here, that's for sure. And Samuel having more used tires than everyone else if he did change them. Could struggle, and then all it takes is one incident and you're kind of boned yourself and done in on the race. We have Valero in the pit lane right now, as well as Todd File again. Just Kenneth Portis looking, getting past Benson, letting him by as he's blue flag. So Kenneth on to charge, gaining a couple positions. Since coming up the pit lane, still has to do 1 stop though remaining in his race strategy. Zach on his way down the hill here. We got Samuel right behind both of these guys. So we've moved on to Zach Patterson, and that is Dustin Hosick next to him. Samuel Hosick having trouble there, getting off the racing line into the dirt to let past Samuel and his teammate. Or sorry, no, to let Todd File through. Todd still needing to complete 1 more pit stop. I thought he was done, but... Alright, we got a couple guys in the pit lane. We got Nunez in the pits for his first stop. So he's going to put all his stops in the 20 minutes. I'm very interested to see how that's going to pan out for him. So around the tires very long. Oh, and Simon Beergy doing 2 pit stops within a couple laps of each other, as he still had to complete 2, and now he has only 1 left. So very interesting strategies here. So doing 1 long stint pitting, changing your tires, fuel, whatever, going back around, and then coming in for 1 stop and go of no fuel or anything, continuing on. As we're on board Rafa Sosa here down in 15th position, has 1 more pit to go. Seems the car is all good to go. And he can just put his foot down. Still come in the pits 1 more time, but probably not till the last minute remaining of the pit window. Still same track temperature, clouds, everything else, no wind. As we're on Simon Beergy in the helicopter cam with Kexel behind him. Simon is on the lead lap. Kexel only has 1 more pit to remain. Calvin Wolf is still out there in 5th position. We got Ed in the 75 McLaren in the pit lane for 3rd at the moment. And the 107 car of Miles Mahal in the pits for his last stop as well. So we'll really be getting a good picture of where people are going to finish here coming up very soon. So just a reminder, we have had so far about 35 minutes of racing here tonight so far, with a 3 pit stop race here at Oulton Park in the UK, of nice countryside near a lake. Beautiful track. a lot of fun to drive as we're on board with the Northern Franks racing team. Simon Beardry up into 7th position right now. 20 minutes to go in the pit window here. A very hot track of 32. I should say that is quite spicy. They got a battle brewing back there of his teammate Matthew Reed and JJ Brewer. Wrong car to go to, auto camera. So we're on JJ's rear wing, but we should be on the driver ahead of him. There's a better shot of it. Matthew wanted to just have a good race here and finish with no damage. Surprising right now, with these multiple pit stops, the chance of collision on track, we've only had maybe one battle between two guys that has caused an accident here. The rest have been self-inflicted, running off track into the dirt. So that's actually really nice to see, as Oulton Park's quite a small track. Narrow, as I said, difficult to pass on. But because of the pit strategies and need for pit stops, it's really spread out the field and made it quite interesting. So we got a couple more guys. Peter Hutchins into the pit lane. Flores in the 45. Porsche down there, 15th in the pit lane. Calvin Wolf is pitting at the moment as well. So Calvin's into the pit lane. He still has to complete one more stop after that. Sungay now crossing the line. Up into 4th position. On track and past Calvin, so he should be up into 3rd position now. Pierre Hutchins ahead of him still, but needing to come in for one more stop. Up there, the 44 car coming around the hairpin now. Simon Beardry jumping up a couple positions. Still one more stop remaining for him. Okay, Zach Patterson in 5th has completed all of his stops out of the pit lane, with Kenneth Portis pushing hard, coming around behind him. Calvin's on his way now. P. Fender crossing the line. So Simon back with him up into 5th now. Still one more stop to go for him, though. So we're slowly getting a clear picture of who's in for a great result here. But it is quite complicated, as there's a lot. I was going to say we have 2 Bentleys side by side. It would be interesting if all 3 were there. P. Fender much further down. Back on to Sean Collis, having a personal best of a 136.099 their last lap. I'm interested to see what his consistency was during this race. On to JJ Brewer, who is getting ever so closer to the back of Kexel. We have the little bit slower and one more pit stop. Well, all 4 of these guys in this 4th to 7th position need one more stop. So who's going to undercut who here? We're going to see one of them return, and we have Simon Beardry into the pit lane. There's Kenneth Portis going to hit the pits as well. No, he's still out there. Calvin Wolf, what are you going to do, my friend? Are you going to hit the pits? Simon's out. Calvin's still out. So Simon's done his pit stop, and now he's ahead of these guys. Looks like he can claim a good position here if he keeps it on track and all goes well. Bellado's into the pit lane. Still has one more stop after this. This is very fun so far. A lot of commentating topics to talk about here. It's very exciting, keeping it action-packed here on track. I think the guys are thoroughly enjoying this, as not a lot of damage, as we see Dustin Hosick letting by these guys. We're much faster while he's a blue flag, so having to let them by. Ooh, getting a little loose there into the dirt. If I was Hosick, I'd pit now, get out of the way of all these fast guys coming up. on board with Kexel. Kexel, are you going to do a pit stop right now? No, he's not, but JJ Burrow did, and Dustin Hosick, like I mentioned, into the pits. Just give me one moment. Gonna get a drink. As we stay board with Kexel at the moment, we'll see if we'll be moving to Sean. Call says he is quite close with another driver on track. On to Matthew Reed here. Has cleared his pit stops, has passed his... Oh, he didn't get past his teammate. Close, though. Close to it. Let's go. Matthew having a great race so far. As you can see, Rafa Sosu still needs to do one more pit in the back there. But we still have 20 minutes to go here. So maybe comment down below if you guys had any standout drivers that I've mentioned that you're thinking deserve driver of the week here. I should mention a lot of our driver of the week, so we make sure to give the guys that show a good spirit in what we're all about here. So, gentleman driving, letting people by, doing the right thing, persevering through struggles on track. So at the moment, Bedson proving that he's still on track, he's still battling. He may be down there in the bottom of the pack, but he's still pushing and trying to improve his driving and not giving up. As with Kexel now into the pit lane for his last stop. Got Kenneth Portis and Calvin Wolf still needing to finish theirs. Is Wolf going to come in now? Looks like not. No, he's going to continue on and try to get past Kexel, but Kexel's already coming out of the pit lane right now. The gap will be really, really close. Looks like Kexel's coming right out in the middle of a pack. As you can see, going down the hill there, we skipped ahead, but Simon trying to keep it right there, and Kexel beating him through that corner. And now Calvin Wolf's going to be having to push and Kenneth Portis as hard as they can. And I'm not sure if you do the pit stop right away or if you try to push a couple more laps, because Kexel's on if he changes time. Ooh, and we have the 45 car off. Hopefully not catching anyone. Looks like everyone's good down there and by. I think Kenneth Portis, if he's not changing tires, could get past, but it'll be very close. So this is all coming down. 99 car of Benson moving off onto the dirt again to let Peter Hutchins through P2. Samuel's right there, just chugging along. Going good so far. I believe Kenneth Portis will pit right now. The number 84 car. Yep, looks like he is into the pit lane. No, he's not. He's going past one more time. It's hard to tell the delta. I'm not sure. We do it as much as we can right now. Driver of the week happens on Instagram first and foremost, as it's someone else that takes care of that. But we'll be getting better at that. It's a challenging thing to do. As I've probably have said in the past, we're just a bunch of volunteers here. Sometimes we life gets in the way where unfortunately can't take care of those things, but we will be trying to get better at that as moving forward. As we make the league more professional, we get more viewers and watchers that helps us drive sponsors and gets us motivated in a way to keep pushing the league as far as we can get it to go. So at the moment, yes, if you're interested in that, make sure to follow us on Instagram, as that's where it will 100% be posted. And then we kind of secondarily post to Facebook, Twitter. In the Discord itself, we have a channel for this, so you can check that out if you're in, or hit the link below to join the Discord. And even if you're not racing, just come check out what's happening and talk to some of the drivers on track here today. If you're trying to get better, maybe reach out to some of the fast guys you've noticed here tonight. And a lot of the guys are willing to help and contribute to making the league a better place and faster for all the guys. A lot of guys saving tires. As you can see, they're not hitting those curbs anymore this far into the race, maybe not wanting to make any mistakes or have any chance of getting flat tires. We got the two Bentleys battling it out here, one going all the way off track. Kexel's on the lead. P-Fender needing to get as soon as possible out of the way to possibly let up a little bit down the straight. Because at this point, having Kexel behind, who's on the lead, is just slowing you down. Sean Collis on the lead lap, getting pushed out of the way by Zach Patterson, blowing the braking zone. Not much you could do there. The pressure was crazy, and again, this track is quite hard to pass on, so kind of just let it happen. Benson off again on this back corner, having trouble with it all night long. Need to adjust your line, my friend. Maybe go a little deeper and a little wider to the left. Not sure. We haven't been on board with him to see how it actually happened. We got Blotto in the pit lane now for his final pit stop. P-Fender still holding off. Back Benson getting out of the way of Zach Patterson, who's in a good position here for a P2. All right, Mr. Wolf, when are you going to come in? What time is it, Mr. Wolf? You need to hit the pit box when you have 9 minutes left. Pit window, we have Calvin or Kenneth Portis into the pits now. And he's trying to hold. I'm not sure who he's trying to hold off, to be honest. Kexel? Kexel's ahead of him. Okay, Kexel did get ahead, but Kenneth is right there behind. Kenneth is... Who's he battling with at the moment? Someone the blue flag that's behind. Maybe is that Benson? Is Benson going to let him pass before the chicane? Alright, P-Fender, what are you going to do here? You're just losing time. He's going to have to let him through. Rafa Sosa caught up quick to the back of Kenneth Portis. As we're still on P-Fender. It's a little Bentley battle that could. Coming in the last corner here. P-Fender, are you going to pull into the pit lane as Calvin Wolf is in the pit lane now? But P-Fender's still staying out, slowing down Kexel, and Kexel's probably going, man, I just need to get past you, come on. Calvin Wolf getting passed by the 84 car and looking like Simon Beardry. So not the best pit strategy from Calvin Wolf here today. But it is a challenge, and you're kind of unaware of what to do with 3 pit stops in a 60-minute race with a 45-minute window. So fitting 3 pit stops in 45 minutes. On to Sean Collis, getting major pressure, but no need for him to worry. Back onto this close battle as Kexel's still trying to get past P-Fender. Going down the hill, looks for the outside or inside section. Darts back to get in behind. Got a really good run. Better exit out of that corner. Powering up the hill here to the back section. Are they going to go side by side like he's done before? If he can catch him. Not looking like it this time. You can see Kexel's carrying a lot more speed through that corner than P-Fender. Looking to the inside. Very close to a dive bomb there, but respectful. Kexel right along the rear quarter panel of the car. And P-Fender into the pit lane, releasing Kexel to be able to just take her on home. So P-Fender was in 7th, now getting passed by a couple guys and dropping down as a lot of the guys are done with their pit stops. Simon Beardry, 11th, but will be promoted to 10th at the moment with Calvin Wolf behind him. So Simon's going to have to hold off Calvin. It looks like he's dinged a couple people. He's got some damage on the front. Todd File doing better than a lot of guys in 18th position. Watch Todd File grow as a driver as well. He's gotten much better. So well done for him and all that practice. Samuel's still behind, and where is Peter Hutchings is not too far ahead of him. 20 seconds, or sorry, 12 seconds behind is Samuel, but Samuel has completed all pit stops. Will need to be pushing on to Valero, who's in 3rd position right now. Having 5 seconds to the driver behind. And Simon Beardry having trouble. Even Calvin Wolf. Simon just letting Calvin right past. Something happened between those, and Simon saying, "Yeah, here you go. Sorry about that." Oh, camera lost itself a little bit there. Well, Simon, my man, you just need to hold on there. Where is Rafa Sosa's going into the pits now for his final stop? 9th position, but he's going to drop down. It's going to drop all the way down. Looks like 13th position or so. After that first lap incident going into the grass. So Peter Hutchins into the pit lane at the moment. Samuel right there. Peter stopped in his box now, and Samuel getting past him into the lead. Peter's already back on the move, getting out of the pit lane. But I think it could be too late. But he's pushing hard so he can get out. Valero into the pit lane now. Nunez coming past him, and Zach Patterson back there behind him as well. Valero about to stop now. And how quickly can he get out? As Valero, oh, he's out now. Can Sean Collis and Bellotto get past him? Looks like it'll be very close. Looks like Sean might have just done it. Only Matthew Reed, who's got past Kenneth Portis. So these two are battling out, 2 admins of the league. Very exciting action here. So Sean Collis able to get out ahead of Valero. So that's awesome. Great job, brother. Got 2 minutes remaining in the pit window. 7 minutes to go here. Kenneth Porter's getting a move done there on Matthew Reed. We got Kevin Wolf behind them. So 3 admins of the league, all within, well, going to be within a second of each other shortly. So Samuel keeping the lead up there, and I'm not sure if he has a huge gap to the car behind. Yeah, pretty decent one. 9 seconds, 10 seconds. So all drivers have committed their pit stops. Bedson's still trying to get out of the way. Oh, it looks like he maybe had a little bit of a journey there as a post is flowing into the grass. So it looks like Valero has lost more time than the guys behind, but it's hard to tell at this point as everyone's done their pit stops. Here's Valero, 5th position at the moment. Oh, Balado getting a little bit into the dirt. "20 seconds to go in the pit window, 5 minutes to the end of the race." Lots of action here. If you're just tuning in, we've had a 60-minute race, 3 pit stops mandatory in a 45-minute window. It's tossed up the field quite a bit, but we do have pole sitter in P1 at the moment. Actually, the first 3 guys are all up at the top, so Samuel, Hutchins, and Nunez all started in that order. Nunez P2, Samuel in P1, and Hutchins in P3. But they're finishing up there like they started. But down the field, it's been interesting, guys, up and down all over the place. Matthew Reed having one of his best performances, as well as Simon Beardry in the Honda cars, or in the Lamborghini, sorry. Zach Patterson, sorry. Right there. Got Mof having damage on his rear wing. Interesting. Back on board with Valero. Well, I think this has been a fantastic race so far. A lot of fun. A lot of great battling. I'm sure the guys enjoyed it. Make sure if you did enjoy, you hit that like button so we can keep doing this and more people can come and see it. Greatly appreciate the guys tuning, whoever you are, tuning in and watching. It definitely helps the broadcast go a little bit smoother and more quickly for me, but I'm enjoying it every second of it. Oh, Marvin Cavello, how are you doing, my friend? Here for some action at Oulton Park. On board with Samuel here. A best lap time of 1:33. Yes, you did, my sir. Very interesting. A lot of action with the pit stops. So it makes for an exciting race. A lot of the guys doing an interesting strategy of pushing a long stint, pitting, changing your tires, whatnot, going around one more time and pitting right after that pit stop for a little splash and dash or nothing, and then coming through for a final pit with 10 minutes to go in the window, I think it was. So that's interesting. And then there's others who, as you can see, Sean Call is having to return to the pits. I wonder what happened. Ran out of gas? You hate to see it, folks. I'm not sure what happened to him. He was running real well. 16th position gained 4 from the start. Oh no, on Valero at the moment here in 5th position. JJ Burr all the way down 10th, so he had a great pace. I think he was 4th position in qualifying. Yeah, Wolf managed to do a decent job here in 9th position. Had a lot of pace though, probably could have been higher up the order, but I think he'll be happy with that result. He didn't beat Portis though, so he will be a little disappointed in himself not being able to accomplish that. On the Matt P. Fender here with 1:45 to go in the race. So yes, our fastest lap here during the race was Samuel Sungay with a 1:33.663. Very fast. He had sector 1 of a 23.1, sector 2 of a 44.9, and sector 3 of a 25.5. We'll turn off the auto broadcasting here as we're on Samuel for his final lap here. Doing well to get onto pole and gapping the pack up into, I think, plus 10 seconds from P2. And managing to get all his pit stops in a great time and window. We have Betson who couldn't even get 1 lap in. Oh, poor Betson, my friend. You're doing a good job, though. Sticking through. we've got 30 seconds to go. Is Samuel going to make it through? Samuel just flashed. He is the lead car, and it's quite exciting for him to have accomplished a pole and get the race win here. But we have one more lap to go.
Right, man.
So it did not finish where we thought it would. John Collis, after the extra pit stop, is still in 16th position. Oh, and as I say that, commentator's curse. He's off the track into the wall. I wonder what happened. Ooh, some major damage on the front of the car. You hate to see it. Is he still going to be able to keep that? No, he's not. He drops down. Drops down in position. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sean. I shouldn't have said anything about you. As I mentioned your name, you binned it. Is Rafa Sosa trying to get a move on P-Fender? No. No. So it's tricky. You see the cars on track trying to pass each other, but it doesn't work. He has lap and he bends it by accident. Oh, you hate to see it. Samuel, don't do anything crazy here. You just need to finish the race. You're not fighting anyone, and no one's even close to you. You might complain about this after the race, but Dustin Hosek does not need to get out of the way. Dustin just needs to focus on his race and not worry about the car behind. Samuel, we're coming up. Come, Wolf having to pit one more time and 2 at the end. Oh no. Samuel comes across the last corner there up the hill. And he crossed the line with a grand slam here tonight. Pole position and winning the race. Peter Hutchins crosses the line in P2 after a little bit of hiatus in the league, coming through strong right on for him. Nunez in P3 at the moment, miles ahead. Well, 6 seconds ahead of Zach Patterson. He's crossed the line. Great job, Nunez. So the 2 Porsches really strong here tonight and staying on the podium where they qualified. Zach Patterson now crossing in 4th position. Valero way back here in 5th. Great job. Best result for Sausage Curb Racing. Well done for him in the Dragon Ball Z Honda. Thanks to Calvin Wolf for designing that. Turbon Kexel for Madhouse Racing coming in 6th position after that crazy race. Must have been a lot of fun out there. Kenneth Portis behind him in 7th. Matthew Reed in 8th position. Well done for him. I think that's best result. JJ Burrow not having the result he hoped for with the pace he had, but 9th position. Simon Beardry, after qualifying 9th and getting beaten out by Zach Patterson, finished 10th now. So well done in the top 10. Matt P-Fender right there. Rafa Sosa. P-Fender in 11th. Rafa in 12th after having a fender bender moment. Calvin Wolf finishing 13th. Bellato 14th. Dustin Hosek crossing the line in 15th at the moment. Turnbull in 16th. John Collis in 17th. Ted File 18th. And Flores 19th. So great job from all the drivers here today. Hope you did enjoy. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't see it, or you do see it when we go live next week for Spa. So make sure to join us then. Same time, same place, 9 o'clock Eastern. And I hope you guys take care and have a good night. Thanks. See you.